Okay, example 5, I'm going to highlight information from the question. Particles moving in simple harmonic motion starts at rest. So this word rest and start says that t equals 0 and v equals 0 and the distance is 6 meters. Now because v is 0, it's happening at the top, so I know that not only is x 6, but a in my formula is 6. The period is 4 pi, so I can use that because period is 2 pi on n to find that n is a half. And it says find the time taken, find t when it moves when x is 3. Now, I failed to write down my 3 formulas, and in a test, if you get simple harmonic motion, you want to write down your 3 formulas. Squared a squared minus x squared. I want to find t. Oh, I've got this formula with t, so let's sub it in, and it's as simple as subbing it in. X is a cos nt. 3, a is 6, we found that before, n is a half, so cos half t equals a half. The cos of 60 is a half, so half t equals pi on 3, or t equals 2 pi on 3. And if I go back, oh no, I haven't drawn this graph, that's okay. And the next question says find the velocity and acceleration at this point. Velocity is the differentiation of sine of, oh, we'll write it like that. Oh, hold on. If displacement is 6 cos half t, then velocity is 3 sine half t with a minus. So if I sub in times 2 pi on 3, I will get minus 3 root 3 on 2. Because the sine of 60 is root 3 on 2. Acceleration is a half, oh, well, let's write it like this. Isn't it equal to minus n squared x? And don't I know n is a half? And don't I know x is 3? So it's minus 3/4. Okay, question 6. A particle's moving in simple harmonic motion and start, so t equals 0, x equals 5, and v is 1. Period is 8, and from that I'm going to say period is 2 pi on n. 8 equals 2 pi on n is pi on 4. Find the maximum speed. So the question's saying, and I've written all over the file, when x is 0, what's v? Okay, so when x is 0, I've got to sub into my formulas. Which formula am I going to use? I'm going to use v squared equals n squared a squared minus x squared to find a, because I've got this information up here that v is 1 when n is pi on 4, and a I'm trying to find, and x is 5. So when I rearrange that, I get a is equal to 16 on pi squared plus 25. A squared. I just left it as a squared because what I want to find is v when x equals 0. So if I sub it back in, v squared is n squared a squared, which I knew from over here, plus 25, and I whipped that into my calculator, and I got v to equal 4.05. Okay, question 7. A particle moves in a straight line, and its position from time t is given by this. Show that the particle is in simple harmonic motion. For simple harmonic motion, x second derivative is proportional to the displacement, so you have to find it and you have to differentiate. X dash is 6 sine with a minus 2t plus 8 cos 2t. X double dash is minus 12 cos 2t minus 16 sine 2t, which is minus 4 lots of what I started with, therefore simple harmonic motion. And find its greatest speed, running out of room. Find v when x is 0. So 0 is 3 cos 2t plus 4 sine 2t, and if I make them equal to each other, 3 cos 2t equals minus 4 sine 2t, divide by cos to get tan. So I've got minus 3 on 4 from bringing the 4 over is equal to tan 2t, and t is equal to minus 0.32 when you put in your calculator. I can't have that because it's a minus, so I have to look at the next revolution. So in all stations to central, it's here. When is the next revolution? Where it's a minus, it's here, so I have to add pi to get the answer, which is 2.82 seconds. I haven't actually finished the question because it wants v, and I know v is minus 6 sine 2, and it wouldn't have mattered if you had a subbed in this, minus 0.32 plus 8 cos 2 lots of minus 0.32, and you would have got 10 meters per second.